Well, good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your November the 28th, just for today, in a meditation. I hope you're doing well this morning. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our H.O.D Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into that meditation. Hopefully, you can see that it is entitled Being Ourselves. To be truly humble is to accept and honestly try to be ourselves. Basic text, page 36. Humility is a puzzling concept. We know a lot about humiliation, but humility is a new idea. It sounds suspiciously like groveling, bowing, and scraping, but that's not what humility is at all. True humility is simply acceptance of who we are. True humility is simply acceptance of who we are. Oh, I love that. By the time we reach a step that uses the word humbly, we have already started to put this principle into practice. The fourth step gives us an opportunity to examine who we really are. And the fifth step helps us accept that knowledge. The practice of humility involves accepting our true nature, honestly being ourselves. We don't have to grovel or abase ourselves, nor must we try to appear smarter, wealthier, or happier than we really are. Humility simply means we drop all pretense and live as honestly as we can. Just for today, I will allow knowledge of my true nature to guide my actions. Today, I will face the world as myself. I like that. Just for today, I will allow knowledge of my true nature to guide my actions. Today, I will face the world as myself. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Being ourselves. To be truly humble is to accept and honestly try to be ourselves. I think that people do not equate humility or being humble as an effort. They equate it with a state of presence or being. She's a humble person. That's a humble man, right? People don't generally think of humility as being something that a person has to strive for. Because when we think about striving or attaining something, there's a level of effort and desire that goes into it. And a lot of times people confuse ambition with pride, whereas they would think that if a person is trying hard enough to get what they want, that they could not possibly be humble. And in fact, the opposite is true. Because when a person is truly humble and honestly trying to be themselves and accept themselves for who they are, there's a knowing about who and what they are, why they are, and what they need to do in order to manifest that humble being. And in that ability to manifest that, that means that there are going to be times you are going to need to be very ambitious to attain the things that are equated with yourself, with your being, with your presence. There are some things that I know that I am created to do, that this is who I am. I'm doing one of them right now. It takes effort in a state of humility, realizing that unless I generate the effort, unless I put the effort out, and unless I'm ambitious about it, it may not come into being the way that it's supposed to be, in a way that is really, really going to pay tribute to the God of my understanding and the purpose for which I have been created, or that I have a purpose for, right? So I think that people that are humble, they achieve it, they seek it, they search for it, they want it, they desire it, they have an ambition to not be proud, but to be humble in everything that they do, because that is where the level of success is actually going to continue to come from. It takes a lot of humility to actually walk into a room that was created for you, made for you, but is a little bit too large or a little bit too small according to your liking. But you know that you're supposed to be where you are. It takes a lot of humility to walk and step into that. It takes a relationship with the God of your understanding. I know that much. I don't want to talk too much about the difference between humility and humiliation. We all know about humiliation. A lot of times that was brought on by our own actions, and then we suffered the price of it, and we were humiliated. We're not talking about that. We're talking about that we don't have to pretend to be anything or anyone. We can identify who we are. We can do the work that we need to do to be able to accept the information about ourselves that we've gained from doing our fourth step. And then we can go on after that and ask in a spirit of being entirely ready. We can ask a higher power, our God of our own understanding, to humbly, we're humbly asking our higher power to remove these shortcomings from us because we're entirely ready. Really, I just have such a sweet peace even talking about this. And I believe that you can too. I believe that if you haven't started the process of your step work, that you should, and that you will benefit greatly from it. Get a hold of your sponsor and find out, what do you need to do to get through the next step that you're headed towards, or get started with the steps so that you can get to this place of peace. You can face the world as yourself and be comfortable therein. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you. I'm going to stop the share there. I want for today, November 28th, to be the most beautiful November 28th that you've ever had, and for you to have a beautiful day on purpose. I know you can do it. I'm doing it, so I know that you can do it too. Leave me a comment below. Let me know where you're at or where your home group is. If it's on the Zoom platform, I'll try to make that meeting sometime and surprise you. My name is MightyStream, and I will be talking to you tomorrow.